Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Oh, I'm excited for this one. We haven't played this one in a little bit. Um, yeah, y'all know the deal. Gotta pull up my dashboard and all that. Okay, okay. There we go. I have it right here so I can see your messages. And let's go. If memory serves, last time we played this, we found this what's it called? This file about this girl that just got arrested for no reason. Yeah, and then we talked to August and they were just like, oh, there are some things you don't want to know. Some things not even I know, which wasn't ominous at all. What is this? I hope I didn't just save in the middle of a scene. I think I usually try to save at the end of a day. This looks like the middle of a scene. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, it's the start of a scene. Despite that, it would appear that no voices will visit me tonight. Okay. I'm not gonna pretend I remember what that was about. Because apparently nothing is sacred in this town, I managed to coax Piper's address out of Edna with very little persuasion. Oh no! Well, luckily it's just us looking for her, right? I head across the street, unsurprised that she lives so close to the tavern, and as far away from headquarters as possible. Her house is small, but it appears to have character, much like its owner. I take a deep breath, and I knock. She looks surprised to see me, but her expression quickly
I wasn't
softens.
expecting you, especially because I assumed you had no bloody idea where I live. Are you okay?
Yes, Piper, we're fine. A timid smile crosses my lips. I definitely don't think this is a conversation to be had in the street. Can we talk? Oh, sorry. Of course, come in. Her house is warm and inviting, the walls adorned with an abundance of gorgeous weaponry, and various plants and brightly colored pillows litter the room. Oh, I haven't been in her house before. This is so pretty. Oh man, she certainly does have quite the weapons collection, doesn't she? That's so cool. Your home is beautiful. Why'd I name my character that? Well. Thank you. I've been lucky. Really. I know not all hunters catch a break like I have. Plus, real estate in this shithole is cheap. I imagined. We share a laugh, but I can't help but feel a sense of urgency to discuss things with her. I decide. Oh, excuse me. That was embarrassing. Okay. I decide now is not the time for pleasantries or stalling. Cutting straight to the chase is the only way. I have some news about Aya. Her eyes widen, flickering to the side, away from me. Aya?
Please don't say what I think you're going to.
Oh, no. I pull the sash from inside my coat and present it to her, but I'm quick to reassure. This was found in the woods, but that doesn't mean... She could still be alive, Piper. This has clearly been out there for a while. She reaches out and runs her hand over the ruined fabric, her fingers shaking. With a deep inhale, she withdraws, turning to sit upon the arm of her sofa. Why are you here? She looks so sad, like she's only thinking the worst. I don't blame her, and I can't imagine how frustrated she must feel with the hand she's been dealt. I wanted you to know that I spoke to August last night. They were quite honest with me about everything. Really. Oh, they were, huh?
I suppose they told you why I was demoted. I acted without rational thought. I was so angry.
I offer her a smile, trying to catch her gaze. I keep saying codex updated, but I don't see a codex at the bottom. I may or may not have been caught during doing exactly as you did. We broke into August's office and rummaged through their file drawers to find that. You didn't. I nod, feeling a little smug now the fear of being reprimanded by my enforcer has dissipated. I broke into Augustus Wellenheim's office and lived to tell the tale.
Fucking brilliant. You've got guts. I'll give you that.
I shrug, brushing it off. I'm grateful that the mood has shifted to something that feels a little lighter. You know, August regrets how everything happened. They seemed wistful. I think they miss your friendship. She frowns deeply, fiddling with the edge of her tunic.
They hurt me. I think it'll take me a while to get over that.
Aw.
It wasn't even about the punishment. It was that they didn't believe me. You work with someone for all that time, but when it came down to it, they thought I'd gone mad. Why would I make up such a thing? Everyone jokes about us and our instincts, but they don't understand. When we feel something, we really feel it, you know?
I really hope they can repair their friendship during this story. I nod because I do know whatever lies within us that grants us our abilities is something we cannot shake or ignore. If we sense someone is in pain or they're scared, we feel it in kind. If we love fully. If we can feel that something feels off, it usually is. They employ us to do what we do for a reason. I wish they'd have a better understanding of what or how we feel. She scoffs a quiet laugh, rolling her eyes and offering me a gentle smile. If only.
If August wishes to make amends, I welcome their apology, but it will take me a while to trust them again. I was humiliated and betrayed by one of my only friends. They've got some begging to do.
Now that I'd like to see. Yeah. August doesn't seem like the type to beg. Shit, me too. I'll get you a front row seat if it ever happens, alright? Deal. Now, I have a proposition. Oh? We're going into the dungeons. We're doing this together. Oh. Come then, what's this proposition, dear General? We're going into the dungeons. You... what? She bursts into laughter, her shoulders shaking. Then a pause, and she registers that I might not be joking. Oh, wait, you're serious? I can't help but laugh at her furious expression.
You're a real idiot, you know? Are you jealous of my shameful demotion or something? Being a major isn't that exciting.
Being an idiot's what I'm known for, baby.
Why are you grinning like that?
I take her hand and she immediately tugs me closer. Because we're doing it together. So we'll be just fine.
You're so cheesy. I really don't know why I like you so much.
It's a right mystery, isn't it? She shoves me away playfully, her eyes sparkling. So, come on then, what's this plan? I'm still putting the pieces together. You inspired me, though. Good to know some good comes out of my suffering, I suppose. Do you have any tips? Any kinks you encountered on your journey? The fact that I didn't even get to the door would indicate that I failed pretty miserably, wouldn't you say? There are wards, there are guards, it's pretty impossible. Unless... Unless? Well, you know Ezra, don't you? That witch is more than a pretty face. Speak to him. See if you can convince him to help. She's right. I've seen him use wards in his shop, and from what I saw of his magic the other day... You're a genius. She shrugs as if that's the most obvious statement I could have made. Duh. When you're ready, you know I've got your back. Always. Oh, this is so sweet. Oh, Ezra's shop is so pretty. Upon entering the shop, I find chaos. I spot Ezra frantically gesturing at Omen, the demon's tail tightly coiled. I'm wary of approaching him after our little incident yesterday, instead choosing to observe from afar. I manage to catch Ezra's eye, and he throws me a sympathetic look. He's stressed, his hands full of bandages and potions. He mutters something quick and sharp under his breath to Omen, who then turns and stares at me with wide, sorry eyes as the witch disappears through his purple curtain. If I ask what's going on, will you give me an answer? I... The question seems to catch him by surprise. Then he looks away, his lips pursed. He doesn't seem to have forgotten his outburst with me yesterday, or his abrupt departure. Good. It isn't my intention to trip him with the reminder, but just as well that he remembers. Did you bring someone in who was hurt? Brown eyes snap to me almost instantly, and Doman moves as though to step between me and the entrance to Ezra's back room, then catches himself in the middle and forcibly drops his arms to his sides. He opens his mouth, stammers without speaking, then his shoulders droop in defeat. A little spark that might have caught on the bandage rolls in his hand peters out.
Yes, but maybe you shouldn't see her right now. I mean...
He licks his lips, a flick of his black tongue visible. It seems so eerily out of place on a face so painfully human in its distress.
At least let Ezra see to her first. He needs some space when he works his magic.
Then we have time for you to tell me. I take a small step towards the door to block the exit, crossing my arms and projecting as stern an air as possible. There are too many secrets in this town, and I recall you telling me I am your best hope to solve your problems. I would hope you trust me enough to tell me what's going on. Omen freezes, his face falling. He looks away, mouth moving without a sound. It's a long, tense moment before he looks at me again. This time he meets my eyes and takes a deep breath, then nods, clutching the medical supplies he's holding closer to his chest like he thinks they're a reliable barrier between us. The sight of it makes me feel something unpleasant. I wish Omen wouldn't fear me, wouldn't fidget, his tail lashing back and forth in agitation, shoulders tense like standing before me is taking all of his courage. Still, it's as it should be. Suspects I've encountered in the past as a hunter, and Omen resembles them all too much. The hint of power he let slip yesterday assures me he will make a terrible enemy. If he will be an enemy. But I really hope not. All right. It sounds almost like an admission, but Omen takes a deep breath, squares his shoulders, and begins to speak
2 years
quietly.
ago, I came to Lunaris. That is, I came to stay in Lunaris after a disagreement with my sire, my father.
His eyes flicker around the room almost nervously, and I find myself straining to detect any eavesdropping presence, but there is none. Omen seems to find the same thing because his shoulders droop again.
You know what I am. I suppose you've already guessed.
He
Your
sighs.
people call him Lucifer, I think. The fallen divine, the Lord of Hells.
Oh my god, Omen's the Antichrist? It takes me a moment to process what he said. Demon lore is plentiful and easily accessible when you're a hunter. Even in our early years at the academy, we pored over detailed logs of their fiendish hierarchies, favorite vices to exploit, patterns of their appearances. I would damn well hope I know who the Lord of Hells is. Oh, that is very nice. Ullman's brown eyes widen, his jaw going slack in surprise. The glamour truly is something, and I'm starting to wonder if he learned it from the witch behind the curtains. It is? He coughs.
That was sarcasm, wasn't it?
Yes.
That was not sarcasm.
No, it wasn't. Something else also hits me. Our sire? Ullman bites his lip and looks away. Then he nods curtly, eyes flicking to the door leading into the shop. Well then, does your father know that you're here? In the mortal realm? Can he find you? A terrible thought crosses my mind. The burned bodies, the hunters targeted. No. The vehemence of his denial is startling. I quickly hold up my hands for peace, but Omen isn't paying attention. He's shaking his head vigorously, trembling. How would he
No,
not know?
no, that can't be him. Him or any of his minions. I would have known. I would have stopped them.
Oh, those eyes are something. Man, Omen's pretty cool. His brown eyes are glowing with fire as he stares at me bleedingly. Literal simmering flames. I can feel the fire in his core standing here, far enough away, and now that I know where it comes from, the familiarity makes sense. That's one hell of a secret to hold on to. And who is that in the back then? One more colossal fact to add to the messy little mountain of information I have been gathering since stepping foot into this mad town. What else is new by now? I believe you, Omen. Omen's shoulders droop in relief, and I feel something tense inside myself unclench as well. It needs not to end badly. It will not. Besides, this case would have closed far faster if it were run-of-the-mill demons messing about. Right. Omen closes his eyes and says something too quiet for me to hear. Then he breathes in, breathes out, and slowly makes his way to the counter. He sets all the items in his arms down there with such deliberateness I know he's doing so to calm his nerves. Something sneaks through, still. I see a flicker of flame about his hair, an intensity to his aura. But only briefly. The pressure fades as Omen raises his head. He doesn't look at me as he speaks.
I think I'll just head outside for some fresh air.
Are you sure? Omen smiles at me over his shoulder, the curve of his mouth
I
tense.
think it's for the best. I don't want her to see me like this, rattled and angry. She's my sister. She doesn't deserve it.
Oh, that's so sweet of him. He trails off, staring into the distance for a moment. Then he shakes his head and makes for the door, only adding one last thing before he steps
Will
outside.
you go and say hello to her? I'm sure Elaine will find you quite lovely.
Aww. Just 2 seconds ago, he was trying to stop us from going in. Oh, she's pretty. I love her outfit. Oh my god. The second I lay my eyes on her, it's more than a little obvious that she truly is related to Omen. Maybe even his twin, unless the glamour is simply fooling me. Ezra has a poultice carefully pressed to her dainty hand, a pile of gauze covered in a thick black ichor discarded upon the counter by his side. She blinks at me once, twice. Her eyes are big and brown and every bit as earnest as Omen's. Is it just her hand that got hurt? It can't just be her hand or they wouldn't be freaking out as much. Also, why does Ezra have a picture of himself on the wall? I mean, it's a great picture. I like this one too. I wish we could see more of it. Hello. Her voice is disarmingly sweet, almost musical even. I smile at her politely, looking to Ezra for a little guidance. Elaine, this is Tumult. Tumult, this is Elaine, Omen's twin sister. Ah, yes. I assume Ezra was just as unaware of her existence as I am, but he's polite enough to stay calm and focused, as friendly and as hospitable as ever. It's nice to meet you, Elaine. Oh, you too. Elaine narrows her eyes at me for a brief moment, shaking her head. She looks terrified. She addresses Ezra, but she certainly keeps her eyes on me, on my weapon. Where is Armaros? I look at Ezra, my confusion quite evident. My confusion as well. Armaros? Ah, yes, that... Her face lights up when I say his name, but I gather that she doesn't fully understand my trepidation. Ezra turns to address the demon, patting her hand gently. He's just outside, and you're all healed up, but I do think you should go and see your brother now. Okay, yes, I should. Ezra releases her, throwing me a sorry look over his shoulder as he turns to quickly dispose of the mess of medical supplies. It was lovely to meet you, Tumult. Her demeanor is delightful, and I'm still slowly processing exactly what her brother just told me. Yes, you too. She glances at me briefly before shyly averting her gaze, turning to meekly part the curtains that lead into the shop. She's so sweet. Armoros! Right, that guy! I forgot about him. Jesus Christ, he's whiter than paper. Oh, man. That can't be natural. They're all demons. The second she's gone, a tall, pale figure bursts through the back door. He looks shocked to see me, but quickly recovers. Is she healed? She's fine, and she's with her brother. I suggest you give them space for the time being. Ezra's words are final and somewhat stern, and Armoros quickly wilts under his vibrant green gaze, his eyes still lightly glowing from whatever magic he's just performed. I don't really know how to unpack all of this. What happened to her? And what happened to her? And why are you so desperate to be by her side? Don't you get it? Don't you get it? They're in love. So obvious. He stares longingly at the curtain, Elaine's voice quiet on the other side. Then I remember the note on the stoop of the Abec, the little heart. Zes Hela. Well, I'm courting her, you see. We're together. She was attacked last night by it. The one that's been getting to your kind, I think. Ezra and I share a look, doing little to hide our shock. It? As in the creature? Armoros closes his eyes, sighing heavily, and he nods. Yes.
If you need to tell us something, we can help. Elaine didn't need to get hurt, so if you know where this thing is...
He looks at me, then back at Ezra, his throat bobbing as he swallows thickly. He's quite clearly battling with the idea of divulging any more information. He seems like the kind of guy where if you're nice enough to him, he'll say everything. Armoros, it's okay. You can trust us. We just want to help.
She's right. No one will know what you tell us. We just want people to be safe.
He sighs again, his shoulders sinking in defeat. I just want her to be safe. We can see you care for her a great deal, and we want that too. His ice blue eyes quickly flicker between each of us, and it's the most animated I've seen him. Oh, why are you being nice to me? My sister and I. He trails off, almost looking right through me. If you have information about the creature, we need to know. People are dying. So I find it hard to hold your beliefs against you if you can offer assistance. Very well. Aurora has been sneaking out at night as of late. That's not exactly uncommon for her, but I believe she's doing more than satisfying her baser urges. Ugh. Ezra looks away, covering a quiet cough with his hand. Same, Ezra. We don't have time to unpack all of that, but I'll store it away for later. What do you suspect? I suspect nothing. I know that she's feeding it, or something, at least. Feeding it? Mm-hmm. He seems unfazed, stating it so startlingly so. He seems unfazed, startlingly so. She may seem cruel and cold, but Aurora has a good heart. She cares for the creatures and makes sure they're safe. Can I see Elaine now? Can you maybe elaborate a little on that first? He shrugs, sighing again. It is what it is. I don't dictate to her what she can and cannot do. I find myself losing interest in our preachings. I just want to keep Elaine safe now. Ideally, we'll leave this wretched place for good, but her and Omen have only just reunited. Would she be so quick to leave him? Maybe not. I think it's best for both of you to stay here and lay low. I'm not sure why the creature attacked her. It hasn't attacked anything inhuman so far. He looks at me, fixes my gaze, and with perfect confidence. How do you know? Good point. Very good point. How would we know? Well, I mean, it's only. I guess as far as we know, it's only been targeting hunters, right? A chill rolls along my spine, but I shake it off. You're right. I don't. I'd really like to leave now. You can leave, but I need you to promise me something. He narrows his gaze. Go on. Watch Aurora, and the second you see her do anything out of the ordinary, you find me. I will ensure Elaine is safe, I swear to you, but your cooperation is essential. I see Ezra shifting nervously out of the corner of my eyes, but I stand my ground. Armoros continues to assess me. Fine. I will seek you out, and I will watch my sister. Farewell, Hunter. Witch.
Well, that was interesting.
That was very interesting. Ah, that was so interesting. Oh my god. I love this game. I anticipate some commotion from behind the curtains, but I hear nothing but silence. Interesting is putting it lightly. How are you, anyway? I huff a quick laugh because that question feels far too casual for the amount of information I've digested in the last forever. Tired? Confused? The usual. I suppose I haven't done much to help with that, have I?
I wanted to apologize for not being totally honest with you and for making your life a little harder than necessary. You already have so much on your plate.
That's very kind, Ezra. He smiled. He seems genuine, and aside from his odd behavior yesterday, I have no reason not to trust Ezra. I spoke to August last night, and Piper this morning. They know about the sash. Fear flashes across his features, but I quickly reassure him. It's fine, Ezra. They're on our side. They want to help. Even Gus? Yes, even August. Are you sure you're not magic? Because that seems like an impossible task. August is so sweet. Come on. I shake my head profusely. Not magic here. His smile grows, and he seems to relax exponentially. It's nice to see. Then let's talk. He takes a deep
The
breath.
reason I was so hesitant to discuss Aya, or the Enforcers for that matter, is because I used to work for them.
Aya? I thought that was Aya. Oh my god. You were an enforcer?
Hell no! I went in and I assisted in the infirmary or morgue whenever they needed an extra pair of hands. Healers, good healers, are few and far between around here. It's what I always wanted to do, to apply my skills where most needed. Helping those who dedicate their lives to ensuring our safety was an honor. The murders began, and I examined the first body. You can even call it that in the state that it was in.
This was recent. I listen intently, taking all of this in, a little perplexed, a little caught off guard.
Something shifted within the headquarters after that. They started treating me differently, called me in less. And then, when I was there, they kept me clear of any hunters. It became quite clear they didn't want me there any longer.
Oh no. Oh, that's so sad.
Information was being kept from me, important notes about the victims I was supposed to be examining. The Aya incident happened, then another dead hunter turned up, and they revoked my access.
Oh. They took away all of my notes. Notes? He nods, glancing over at the kitchen counter. I feel like this is something I should have access to if I'm investigating this case now. I may have had Piper retrieve them for me. If you'd like to take them, there's not much, but you're welcome to them. Why is this a choice that I'm being given? Hang on. Yes, I'll take them. He opens one of the kitchen drawers, pulling out a pile of parchment. Then he discards what looks like a fake wooden bottom. The notebook is nestled safely beneath it, like in Death Note? Oh my god. Here. I tuck it away inside my jacket for later. So, were you so afraid to tell me this? You did nothing wrong. You were helping people. He offers me a sorry gaze, his brow furrowed, fingers curled into fists at his side.
They don't like people talking about it, about the deaths. Many of us have our suspicions now, and they know. I think they'd do anything to keep what's happening quiet.
Like, it's an inside job. Like not telling me who the latest victim is. Exactly. I wasn't even sure if I could trust Gus, but I wanted to so badly that I pushed my apprehension aside. You were right to trust them. They're on our side. They're scared too. Oh, Gus. I just want all of this to be over. What are we going to do? I smile, and Ezra's expression lights up. You have a plan? I have a plan. Cat. Oh my god, the pansexual urge to flirt with everyone. um, we shouldn't. I need your help. I'm going to need your help, along with a few of the others. Anything you need, I'm your guy. Well, magic-wise, anyway. Ezra, you're too precious to send to the front lines anyway. We share a laugh, and Ezra definitely seems more relaxed now, like a weight has been lifted off his shoulders. Piper and I are going into the dungeons to see if we can locate Aya. Aya. I did it again. If we can talk to her, I think we might have a start. Everything leads back to when she was arrested, as far as I can tell. How on earth are you going to get down there without being caught? That's where you come in. It may involve you and August working together. Does Gus know about this little plan of yours? I grimace, waving my hand in a oh-so gesture. Partially.
You're lucky I trust you. And I'm here for you. Just tell me when and where.
Thank you, Ezra. Now, how can I find Finn? Why, a secret passageway, of course. You're in the right place. He bends down, kicking aside a colorful rug to reveal that hidden hatch. It creaks loudly when he opens it, a gust of cold, stale wind rising from its depths.
Walk for about 10 minutes, and then when you see candlelight, it's the third door on the left. Don't be alarmed by any vampires you stumble across. They're all friendly.
This sounds terrifying. I would never. I nod, taking a deep breath. I lower myself into the hatch, gazing up at him with a smile. My character is so much braver than me, I swear to God. See you around. The incessant drip, drip, drip of water guides me forward through the darkness. The stench of damp and decay fills my nostrils as I sink deeper into the corridors of the catacombs. The pitch-black path is long and winding, and the only sound I can hear is the tap of my boots on the wet stone. Eventually, I see a candlelight flickering ahead, and it would appear that I've finally found life. Well, kind of. I remember to look for the third door on the left, just as Ezra had instructed, but as I approach, I find it wide open. I peek inside, and the stark contrast between the literal tomb outside and what I find in what is most definitely Finn's quarters is astounding. Before I get the chance to take in the view, a cool breeze brushes past me, ruffling my hair and sending goose flesh prickling across my skin. A small, darkly clad girl appears before me in a flash, her eyes the brightest crimson as they bore into me. She stands with her head tilted and a toothy grin crossing dark lips. Are you lost, human? She stares me down, wide-eyed and quite clearly trying to intimidate me, but she seems playful. I'm here to see Finn. She relaxes at the sound of his name, and her striking gaze sweeps over me like a caress. She shrugs, pursing her lips. So you're the one he won't shut up about, huh? Well, you do smell good, I guess. What's that supposed to be? What? Smell good? Oops. Is Finn here? She licks a fang, and I notice how similar some of her more human quirks are to his. She's far less poised than him, but I almost feel like that may be on purpose. I'm in Finn's territory here, neutral territory, so I quell the desire to be defensive, even though her eyes are the color of a creature who drinks human blood. He's somewhere here, around, doing stuff helpful. Her smile widens and she turns to poke at a crystal decanter of whiskey that sits nestled in the corner of one of his many bookcases. Are you part of the clan? A quick nod, almost too quick to catch. I am. She pours the rich amber liquid into a glass, swirls it, sniffs it with a dramatic grimace, and sets it aside untouched. Her nose is still crinkled and barely disguised disgust when she looks at me again. What's she even doing here? What is she even doing here? Oh my god. I wish that thing that you're looking for would stop killing hunters, because that means that more of your type will come. Rude. She's so rude. Oh my god. Then more enforcers, which is the last thing we need in this shitty town. I hear footsteps, loud ones that echo off the stonework in the hallway. Tumult. That's such a stupid name. Oh my god, I wish I could change it. I suspect he knew I was here, but his shock is charming nonetheless. God, man, button your shirt a little bit, would you? God, you fucking slut. He looks at the girl, who throws him a decidedly wicked, wolfish grin, the picture of innocence.
Raven, are you being nice?
No. The girl, Raven, shrugs, sidling up to him and resting her head on his shoulder. She rolls her eyes hard enough that I'm surprised they don't fall back into her skull. Yes, Dad. Finn's face drops, his eyes narrowed. I get the impression that if he could blush, his cheeks would be the prettiest shade of pink. That wasn't me. I didn't think that. That was the character. The character thought that. I stifle a laugh, and with obvious delight, Raven notices. Raven. She laughs, the sound loud and obnoxious, but somehow still charming. She shoves him playfully, but Finn remains stern. Are you going to introduce me to your friend? The suggestive waggle of her brows doesn't go unnoticed, and Finn sighs heavily, offering me an apologetic smile. Tumult, this is Raven. I'm, no, excuse me. I'm his kid. There's a low, exasperated rumble of a warning in Finn's throat, and I find myself enjoying the way he bristles in her presence. Finn throws her a death glare, and she proceeds to look guilty, but just a little. He raises a single dark brow at her, and after a quiet scoff, she enthusiastically steps forward and offers me her hand. It's really nice to meet you, Tumult. You being in town has given Grumpy Pants here something to do other than mope, at least. You weren't really giving that impression
I do
earlier, you know.
not mope.
Sorry, I was talking over him.
I do not mope.
I'm pretty sure that's what you spend at least like 50–60% of your time doing, buddy. Raven rolls her eyes, and I finally take her hand. Her grip is firm, and I wonder if she might be trying to unnerve me when her staring eyes widen exponentially. Hurt him, and I'll eat you. Got it? Okay. Yeah, maybe I like her a little bit. I open my mouth to respond, but before I get the chance, she's laughing again. Finn looks mortified, and he carefully pries her hand from mine and ushers her towards the door. It's time for you to go, I think. Raven pouts, raising both of her hands in defense. I was joking, obviously. I like her already. She offers me a little wave and rises onto her tiptoes to press a kiss to Finn's cheek. He looks at her with unabashed fondness, a small smile creeping onto his lips. Go, say hello to Lux for me, and be good. He runs his hand over her shorn scalp, and she swats at him playfully, scoffing much like a teenager who would at an embarrassing parent. I'll do more than say hello. Bye, Tumult. He gives another disapproving rumble, and Finn almost looks like he wants to chase her to administer another pep talk, but he stops himself. And with that, she's gone, the door slamming loudly and shaking in its frame. Finn groans, running an iron hand over his face as he walks to grab the whiskey Raven had poured him. Oh my god. I forgot she did that. That was ages ago. Wow. She's interesting. She's your... He sips his drink.
She's a pain in the ass is what she is. But I suppose she's my pain in the ass. I sired her, so she's my responsibility. She jokes about me being her father, but I suppose I am, in a way.
Well, it's kind of sweet. He takes a small sip of whiskey, savoring the taste for a moment before he speaks. I think the codex might be on the main menu. We'll take a look at that at the end of the stream. I'm getting curious. Though I prefer brother, father just makes me sound so... old. His laugh is charming. Yes, old. She tends to look after me much more than I look after her. She's a good kid. I'd be lost without her. I nod, observing him quietly as he sets down his glass. Sire bonds are powerful and interesting to observe such a casual, healthy dynamic. Did you choose to turn her? He frowns, shaking his head. Well, no, not exactly.
It's complicated, but I made a choice that I'll have to live with forever. Literally. I'd seen too many die at the hand of my sire, and something about her struck me. He planned to leave her for dead, but I couldn't let that happen.
He smiles, and it's painfully earnest.
We're kindred spirits, I guess. As much as I have regret for cursing her with immortality, she's the closest thing I have to a family. Now, what brings you to my neck of the underworld?
He leans back against his desk. And I need you. I have a job for you. I need you to do something for me. He shrugs. Go on. Piper and I are going to attempt to break into the dungeons beneath HQ. His pointy ears flicker, almost flattening against his head before they put themselves to rights. He can't seem to mask his surprise, nor his apparent interest. I didn't know that the ears had like muscles and could move around like dogs and stuff. What? God, that was so much stuttering. Anyways. The dungeons, He whistles, scuffing his boots against the stone floor. I can help you, but I may have a favor of my own to ask, if you're bold enough to venture down there. I narrow my eyes at him, contemplating if I want to tangle myself into yet another web. What is it? He pushes away from the desk, standing tall.
An important member of my clan has gone missing, and I'm positive that they have him. As I'm sure you know, any trust for the enforcers is wavering. I want my friend back. He's done nothing to warrant being thrown in a dungeon.
Hang on. I can't just go around breaking people out of prison. I work for the government, buddy. That's a big favor. No, I can talk to him. His hands ball into fists at his side, his prosthetic flaring brightly before it fades into its usual dormant, dull glow. How do you know that they have him? I don't. They have an excellent defense system that prevents any of us from detecting him, no matter how close we manage to get. He would not just abandon us. He's either detained or dead. And if it's the latter, I just want to know. You're sure he wouldn't just leave? Your clan isn't like others. Maybe he wanted a change? He looks frustrated. He runs his fingers through his hair, leaving it messy. I feel like this is the sort of thing that he would be, allowed to talk about. He wouldn't have to just disappear if he left the clan, I mean.
Fierro wouldn't just leave. I know he wouldn't. I trust him more than anyone else in my clan, even Raven. We both suffered at the hands of Levi for centuries. We were healing from that together.
Oh, yeah, no, he definitely wouldn't just leave.
He was the only friend I had when I was with Levi. And he saved me more than once.
Levi is an interesting name for a vampire overlord, especially an evil one. I guess Finn isn't much better.
I owe him this. If he's ash and bone in a forest somewhere, then so be it. But if he's okay, then I must save him. The only family creatures like me have are the ones that you find, so I intend to keep them safe as long as I can.
I want to know more about both of them. Let's ask about Levi, the less relevant one. The information on Finn's sire is sparse outside of the fact that he was notorious and cruel, and I wonder how such a seemingly kind man could have followed him for that long. Call it morbid curiosity. Do you mind talking about him? About Levi. Finn grimaces, folding his arms across his broad chest. His posture loses its usual confidence. I suppose. I take a seat upon his bed as he pulls out his desk chair. The first thing I can think to ask him is loaded, but I need to understand. Why did you stay with him for so long? He looks at me, wide-eyed for a beat before he manages to formulate a response.
I don't know if I can answer that. I still truly do not know. He was good at making sure you had nothing left to go home to. So he was all that I had. I'm not the kind of man who does well with loneliness.
Yeah. No, if you have nothing, then it's hard to leave, isn't it? A wry smile crosses his lips, but Finn looks impossibly sad. What did he take from you? He swallows thickly, casting his gaze to the side.
Everything. He took my fiancé, killed him right in front of me before he took my own life. I was an orphan, and I didn't exactly have many friends.
Oh my god.
Gabriel was truly all I had. He destroyed our home, all of our memories, even took my name from me. He took it all, and he did everything to make sure that I needed him. I followed him like a lost puppy for centuries.
Did you ever try to escape? When you found others? He nods.
Many times. I had a few periods of freedom, but he always found me. He tended to collect vampires with abilities like Fierro and myself. Maybe to make up for the fact that, aside from his advanced age, he was truly unremarkable.
Abilities? I didn't realize they were unique. And now? He's dead, and you're free. You seem to be managing well for someone who endured all of that. He sighs, rubbing the back of his neck with his iron hand.
I'm trying to shape myself into the man I always wanted to be, before the whole being undead thing.
The whole being dead thing.
I try not to dwell on things that happened to me. I was bitter for long enough, but I cannot change any of it. All I can do is be the opposite of what he wanted me to be.
I smile as I observe him. I register how comfortable I feel in his home. The thought of stepping into the den of a clan before all of this would have set me on edge. But now? You're doing a great job, Finn. His mouth curls into an earnest grin. Thank you, Tumult. I give you permission to kick my ass if I ever dare to step out of line. Duly noted. Oh, and now I can ask about Fierro too. Why do you think they would take Fierro specifically, if you're so sure he's innocent? He shrugs, clearly quite confident in his theory. Because he's valuable? He's an empath, a powerful one. If he saw something he wasn't supposed to, or even if they just managed to overpower him and get him alone. You think he knows something? God, no, but the murders, why would the murders be an inside job? It doesn't make any sense. I rarely let my clan members patrol by themselves, regardless of our supposedly stable relationship with the enforcers of this town. But I was stupid, and Fierro is a good sweet talker. He sensed someone in distress in the woods, so I allowed it. Therefore, if anything has happened to him, it's my fault. Wait, this is even more suspicious than him just leaving. Finn prides himself on being the opposite of his sire, and I can see that this is eating away at him. You can't place the blame on yourself. You didn't know. Plus, if he is as valuable as you say he is, his eyes light up when they meet mine, his fingers twitching upon the surface of the desk. Then they could be using him, so he's still alive. I smile in return, tilting my head this way and that. Well, ish. He laughs, and I can't help but join him. So, you'll check for me? I nod. I will. So what is it that you'd like me to do exactly? Well, no one knows this town quite as well as you. I was hoping you'd have some secret little passageway tucked away for me to use. There are wards and other nasty little tricks in place to stop people like you, like us, getting in. I'll worry about that. Now, about the passageway. His grin is wicked, and I think I have my answer. I'm your guy. Just say when, and I'll be there. If you need anything else, just come running. I bid Finn farewell, and now I only need to find one more friend. I saved the most stubborn till last. I'll care. Alcair is waiting for me when I return to the wolf. It doesn't surprise me anymore when I catch his eye across the tavern where he's been nursing a mug of ale, clearly pouting. That the pout disappears when he sees me surely counts for something, though the way his lips thin instantly makes me think perhaps not. He gets up, movement slow and deliberate, and I remain by the door for a moment, wondering if, hilariously, he's somehow trying not to scare me.
Took you long enough. Was wondering if the bad shit got to you.
Oh, he's worried about me. He's so cute. Do you need something? Yes, actually. Alcair rubs at the back of his neck and gives me a critical once-over, frown deepening. Then he glances behind his shoulder at the sparsely populated tavern. The 3 or 4 people lounging about seem deeply engaged with their own conversation, but I nod in understanding. My room? Alcair barks a short, scornful
So your
laugh.
superior can come knocking on the door and catch us? Not a chance.
You're just doing what, Alcair? Are you saying I'm trying to ambush you? He frowns at me, his tail flicking and then going still. His voice is low and steady when he answers. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm not keen on taking chances right now. Tell me you agree. As much as I loathe to abandon the promise of a horizontal, not a bare rock surface to lie down on, close my eyes and try to process the day, he's right. And if Alcair has any more information, anymore at all. I want to hear it. I need to hear it. All right then. Where? The woods. Where the big bad evil is? Oh my god, oh, I was worried about you getting killed. Anyways, let's go to the place where everyone's getting killed in secret. Just you and me, at night. The deep dark woods where I stumbled across a nasty youngling no more than a day ago? Alcair rolls his eyes.
Would you prefer the graveyard where those damn Woodridge twins can probably hear every word we say? Not all of the woods are dangerous. I would know. I live there. Now, I ask that you trust me.
Me, 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 me. I incline my head in understanding and step aside, inviting him to take his leave through the door first. Alcair doesn't move immediately. He stays where he is, his arms crossed, and he regards me with a strange expression. It's not unreadable, but almost as though he doesn't quite know what expression he should be making. Is something the matter? You're one trusting motherfucker, aren't you? I scowl at him. You and your friends in this lovely little town aren't giving me much of a choice. I accept another eye roll. I expect another eye roll. A scoff, a dismissive wave. Instead, Alcair inclines his head, and there's something almost like guilt in his grimace. Let's go. Lunaris is a cold and lonely shell of its daylight form tonight, and I have to almost run to keep up with how quickly, though sure-footedly, Alcair moves through the back alleys. The chill sinks into my bones, and unbidden, I wish I wasn't here. I wish I wasn't following a half-werewolf into the dark unknown towards more misery. Omen's confession is still ringing in my ears, as do so many other things. Did you know that Omen is... Alcair shakes his head, his wolf ears flattening. Not here. Another turn, and we've stepped beyond the town's boundary. Trees loom above us, moonlight flooding through the bare branches to afford us some light. Alcair leads me a little further away until the roots of houses are barely visible, then turns to me.
A little while ago, I got into a fight with one of your hunters.
Expected. He jerks his chin towards the town.
Well, not one of yours exactly, I suppose, since you just got here and all, but one of theirs. Some bloke. Don't even remember his face all that well.
Alcair pauses for a moment, rubbing at his chin almost nervously, his eyes narrowed, but then he shakes himself of it and continues.
It was during a full moon. I had an argument with my sister. Didn't go well.
He grimaces at the memory.
And when I transform, especially if I'm upset, my control isn't as good as it could be. But I know I didn't kill him. Would have damn well remembered that. If you ripped a man apart with your own claws and teeth. But when I came to, he knocked me out, I guess. You hunters and your annoying little gadgets. Your enforcer friends were already swarming over us like hornets. But there was no blood. Not mine, not his.
Did he get blamed for it anyway? That doesn't mean you didn't hurt him. It's a good indicator that he didn't, though. I mean, if someone gets ripped apart by a werewolf, I imagine it would be bloody. Alcaire gives me a look.
Okay, smartass. The point is that he vanished. Poof. The enforcers, dragged me off to their fun little dungeon and kept me there for fuck knows how long. A week, I think. Maybe more.
My
And then
God.
they just poked and prodded me a bit. Then they let me go. Felt like they wanted to do more. Like they had plans for me. But
That's so suspicious.
maybe it was too dangerous to just snuff me, I guess. I know too many people. Ezra, Finn. But here's a question for you. What do you do when a creature hurts a hunter so bad he apparently isn't walking around anymore?
Not let them out. I press my lips together. Nothing pleasant. I know that much. Assuming the creature in question was allowed to escape with their life at all. But sometimes they are let go. Marks that are too delicately tied to the order of things to be freely snuffed, as Alcaire had so elegantly put it. But surely, if he wounded a hunter so terribly, he would still have been in the dungeons. Perhaps Finn or Ezra parlayed for your release. But Alcaire is shaking his head.
They didn't. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you hunters don't get retirement leave till you can't walk on two legs anymore. And even then...
Well, there are always prosthetics. Oh man, that's messed up actually. You shouldn't be forced to work until you die. What the fuck? Alcaire barks a sharp, bitter laugh and shakes his head, but neither he nor I find humor in it. I know. He's quiet for a moment, running a hand through his hair, messing with his clothes, fidgeting, nervous. I step back a pace to let him collect himself. No use pushing him for anything now. Not when he's already so open with telling me everything he knows. I didn't kill that hunter. I didn't. I wouldn't forget something like that, and I... Enough to never do it by accident. Never. Alcaire's frown is deep, but his words are as quietly fierce as they are pleading. I do believe him. I really do. There's something going on here. I believe you. The words are easy to say, and easier still that they're true. I know, rationally and instinctively, that Alcaire tells the truth. And I'll make them believe it too, if you like. Alcaire stares at me in response. No clever words this time, just stares. Arms loose at his side, surprise evident on his face. He stares like he's never seen me before. Oh, my heart. Is something wrong? No, He looks away, scratching at his head. Then he chuckles, sounding so disbelieving it almost hurts to hear it, but at the same time so relieved. And I have to wonder how many people didn't believe him. Not just about this, but about other things too. He mentioned his sister briefly, and that he had a fight with her on that night. He's never mentioned any family otherwise. Thanks. Alcair grins at me, and it's a lot less awkward than I figured it would be. You're welcome. I have another question. Were you aware that Omen comes from hell? Alcair frowns at me, then squints, then snorts. Of course. Where else would he be coming from? The general store? Right. That wasn't the question I was expecting MC to ask. Oh my god, that laugh was so cute. What? I hope he doesn't hear the sound of my teeth gnashing as loudly as I hear it. But with the way his ears suddenly stand up and the and the cackle, I know he's seen something. I meant, did you know that he's the son of the literal devil? You were the one who didn't ask. You weren't giving me a chance to, as I recall.
And why exactly should I have told you? Oh, by the way, we've got a demon prince in town. He's easily spooked, but don't you worry about that because he's harmless. Like that would fly.
Oh my god, I love this game. He pauses for a moment to consider his own words, then shrugs. That was his secret to tell, and he didn't have anything to do with the mess that's been cropping up around here, including that fact. Besides, Ezra was the one who chose to offer him a place to stay, same as he offered to help me, help Finn, help anyone who so much as looked like they needed it. Ullman came up to his door asking for aid. Why would he be different than any of us? Than you, who he took in that night too. I can think of a few ways a hunter might be different from all those things, but I understand the spirit of it. Ullman has good, loyal friends in this town. I understand. Alcair inclines his head in acknowledgement, his eyes sharp. It's more force than I've ever seen from him. That's saying something. He's one of the more forceful characters. I like that about him. Good. Then he chuckles and leans away, signifying that the conversation is at an end. See you tomorrow. Where are you going off to so soon? Right, wasn't there something we needed to ask him?
Back into my hovel before the big handsome vampire comes to scold me about staying out in the cold. What else?
And excuse my nosiness, but you look like you've seen some hell yourself, not just the prince of hell. I frown. Am I that obviously rattled? But now that I've been asked, I do feel the building headache behind my eyes. Not from the ghost of James alone, but from, well, everything. Alcair is staring at me again, tilting his head this way and that, and making a show out of squinting at me. Yeah, definitely look floored. Fit for bed. Well, don't stray too far. I might need you tomorrow. I have a plan.
A plan, Well, don't worry too much. I'll be a stone's throw away, whether you like it or not.
When you need me, you need me. Until then, later. He disappears into the tree line, as sure-footed as ever, and once again I'm left alone in this damn forest. I begin to make my way back to the wolf, my mind reeling again, as it always seems to be these days. Why did the music pick up? God, that's spooking me. It shouldn't. This isn't a horror game. Oh my god. Though I feel hopeful, my plan seems plausible. The little team of misfit helpers I've managed to assemble more than capable of carrying it out alongside me. I think. I smile to myself, feeling a little lighter. Then, a rustle. Something moving in the tree line a little too close to the edge of town for my liking. Oh, God. A lone hunter out in the woods alone during a murder case where lone hunters tend to get murdered while out in the woods alone. Let's see. I stand my ground, quiet as I try to get a feel for what may be approaching. I can't get a read on its aura, but I know it's certainly not human. Then it lumbers into view. It's hunched over and misshapen with long, gnarly limbs that look out of place on its relatively normal-sized body. A single twisted horn grows out of its head, and I spot 3 eyes. The third seems new and underdeveloped, and it melds crudely above the existing left socket. It's covered in patches of scraggly fur and scales, and in some places its skin is entirely burned off, an amalgamation of mismatched parts and pieces that look like they don't belong. That cloudy gaze meets mine, and merely looking at it gives me a headache. There's this weak, demonic aura that makes my body beg me to look away. Then something hits me, something that makes me hesitate to draw my weapon. I cannot place this feeling of complacency, of ease, and nor can I fight it. Is this how my comrades were killed so easily? Does it have some kind of power over us that makes us freeze? Become immobile? Or is it the dull ache of familiarity that settles in my gut that makes me pause? The feeling that I shouldn't harm it, that it deserves empathy, mercy. It opens its crooked jaw, melded sinew and molted skin stretching and splitting to reveal a set of violent, jagged teeth. My body screams at me to fight, but my feet are firmly planted and stuck to the forest floor. My fingers don't move. My weapon is still frustratingly safe in its holster. It takes a purposeful step towards me, with a low, rattling groan, its teeth bared. My heart races as I stare into its unfocused eyes, all 3 of them blinking out of sequence. There's a loud ringing in my ears, and I've never felt like this before. My instincts are screaming, pulsing, dying for me to do something. Anything. And yet all I can apparently do is stare down my bitter end. Then something washes over me, and in a split second I gain perfect, blinding clarity. Run, James. The creature takes another step and howls, a broken, blood-curdling screech. Run! I listened. Pick your route. Oh, my my god. That was terrifying. What on earth was that? I guess it would make sense that that is how they would have been killed. Oh. That was well written. That was really well written. Oh man, I love them all so much. I think definitely my favorites are August, Piper, and Elcare. But no, I want to do Piper's route this time. As though my body already knows where I need to go, hang on, sorry, I didn't mention, but I love that there's an option to just play the game without romance too. That's fantastic. There's so many, like, there's such a diverse cast too. Like, I love August as a non-binary romance option. That's so rare to find in these kinds of games, and I think they're really well written too. And I love that they're not like overly androgynous looking or sounding. I just think it's so good. It's so well written. And Piper is a great female option too, and a predominantly male cast here. Oh, it's just great. I just love them all. I love them all so much. And the option to just play it without romance too, it's so refreshing. And this was one of the first, like, visual novels I ever played too, so it kind of spoiled me. I feel like it set the bar really high and I'm getting disappointed so often. Not like in a bad way. I know that kind of sounds like a bad thing, but like, I don't know, it drives me to seek out better options, you know? The really well-written ones that are kind of hidden away most of the time. As though my body already knows where I need to go, where I want to go, my feet carry me towards Piper's house. I don't look back, but I do hear the rustle of trees and the creature's maddened aura fading. It's heading back into the woods. The town is safe. Wait, but it's right there. This is the thing that we're trying to find, right? I could kill it. I'm a hunter. That's my job, is to kill it, right? Shouldn't I? Maybe not. For now. No, this is... I would probably die if I tried to fight it on my own, wouldn't I? I'm thankful that the town is so small as my feet pound the icy cobblestones. My breathing is ragged, and I'm grateful when I reach Piper's door. I knock a little frantically, but I just want to get off the streets. The feeling of dread in my gut is heavy. All I want is to see Piper. Who's knocking my Oh! Gerald. She gives me the once over, registering that something is very clearly wrong. Come in, quickly. She guides me over to the sofa, quickly chucking a blanket around my shoulders. She takes a seat beside me and places her hands upon my shoulders. Are you injured? I shake my head, taking a deep, ragged breath. No, I think I saw it. The creature. Oh no. But you're here? You're okay? She squeezes my shoulders hard, and she looks impossibly relieved. She scoffs, closing her eyes. Her touch is still heavy and reassuring, her fingers twitching.
I couldn't bear it if something happened to you, you know.
She moves to withdraw her hands, but I curl my fingers around her wrists before she can get too far. Piper, we should go out there, right? We should try to find it. Maybe together we could kill the bastard once and for all. No, we're not ready. Our priority is figuring out how it immobilized me so easily. I've never felt so helpless. I look at her, and the thought of her putting herself in front of that thing terrifies me. Now I know what it can do. She swallows thickly, looking down at our point of contact, carefully moving to lace our fingers together. She bites her lip, her lashes dipped. You really care for me that much, huh? I nod, my heart pounding instinctively in my chest as she runs a finger up along my forearm. Oh my god. Piper. I'm in place. I do. She shifts closer, facing me, our knees brushing.
I've become strangely fond of you too. I don't tend to connect with others this easily, but you've awoken something in me.
Oh my god. The way she's looking at me makes me shudder. Her hand moves to my face, fingers tracing the curve of my jaw.
I find myself wanting...
Oh my god. I swallow thickly, unconsciously leaning into her touch. Her warmth is unmatched. Everything about her inviting. Wanting... Piper nods, edging closer again. Do I have to update the stream settings?
to kiss you. Would you like that?
Okay, good. Oh my god. Of course we are. The way she looks at me sends heat prickling across my skin, her eyes dark, her sly smile inviting. Piper is like no one I've ever met. She's fierce and proud, and even though we've barely known each other a week, I feel connected. Yes, I would. She trails her fingertip over my lips, tracing the curve of them.
I'm so glad you said that. I've been finding it hard to resist.
Oh my god. I'm blushing so much right now. Actually, hang on, I think. Hang on. I think. Yeah. She leans in, the smell of peppermint and clean cotton flooding my senses. We're close, closer than ever before, and her ruby lips curl into a grin before she presses them against my own. My eyes flutter closed, and I sink into it in kind, drowning in Piper. Piper. Her hand runs down my arm, seeking fingertips to twine with. I smile against her lips, and she catches my quiet laugh against her tongue. Oh my god. We break apart, albeit reluctantly, and I relish in the delightful crimson her freckled cheeks have turned. Well, that was... She looks at me from beneath dipped lashes, her eyes dark. She doesn't speak, but a low, delicious, and appraising hum rumbles in her throat. It was... She looks like she wants to eat me whole, to not let me go. I kind of wish that she would, but we tear ourselves away from one another, and Piper bites her bottom lip, smiling slyly.
You're something else, you know.
Oh my god. I could certainly say the same about her. I feel lighter somehow. Like being here with her makes everything seem so easy. Like it was always supposed to be like this. Oh my god, she's so pretty. The way she looks at me makes my heart skip a beat, like I'm the only thing that matters. She rests her head upon her hand, her eyes heavy and tired. She's so beautiful, bathed in the dull orange glow of the roaring fire. I feel more at home here than I ever have anywhere else. I feel so lucky. Lucky. A smile, soft and reverent.
To have found someone like you. Someone who finally understands me.
When I look at Piper, I see strength and passion. Someone who helps me find worth in myself and what I do. And in turn, she finds that in me too. I feel the same, Piper. A meaning, a purpose outside of our duty, and we lift each other up and allow ourselves to shine. Her support makes me feel unstoppable, and alongside everyone else, no longer am I alone in this. I have a family. Everything is going to be okay. Oh my god. Strangely, I wake with a smile on my face. No, I don't think that's strange. I don't think that's strange at all. Hang on. I don't wanna play the next part. We'll save that for next week. What I do want to do is look at the menu. Oh, I should definitely save. Main menu. Yes. That was incredible. Oh my god. Was it in extras maybe? I wanted to look at the codex. Hello? Game. Game. There we go. Codex. Oh. Okay. Witches, vampires. Oh. Okay, so it's not just about like individual characters. What the fuck is Zoma? I think the chimera is gonna be what has been killing people. We're filing Piper Merriman. Dear sirs or madams or peoples, there's a vicious beast outside our farms, northeast of Lunaris. Every night, it yowl and howl, scaring our cattle and our baby. The baby in turn cried until I, this being my 5th child, still cannot sleep. My husband is otherwise also irritated and on edge. We are all very on edge. The beast is vicious, mean, and loud. I chanced to spy it once while using the loo after dark. It got a fearsome face, or 3 of them. I saw shadowy heads near our fence line. It's huge. You must get it, or I fear we will be eaten by it before moon turn. Many, many thanks, Rancher Bertha Simone. Likely not as fearsome as she imagined if they heard it and are still breathing. Besides, our hunters passed through that area on patrol just 2 weeks ago and reported nothing. Still, it can't be dismissed as hearsay. Investigate it. A. Willenheim. August. Made it here last night in the middle of that freak thunderstorm. Rancher Bertha seriously does have 5 offspring in here counting the baby, and they talked so loudly I'm wondering if she didn't just get pranked by them. Can't investigate shit in this weather, but I don't sense anything unusual. Bertha and her husband are 1 step away from nailing my sash to the door to stop me from leaving, though, so I'll stay and make sure whatever it is found. In the meantime, I hope this letter makes it to you. If it doesn't work well, nothing lost. If it does, I'll have something more substantial in my report than "I lived, bitch." Piper. Yes, the message spell worked. You really wasted such an expensive prototype on that kind of report. I expect a more formal debrief when you return. A. Willenheim. Willenheim. Guess what made the awful noises? The Chimera. Awful noises. Guess. A fucking cat and her kittens. Waste of time as usual. Piper. This awesome picture, followed by "Stop wasting paper, A. Willenheim." Okay. Oh, right. This is the mission that she was sent on earlier. When she was fighting with August when we went there the first time and met what's his face? Okay. I love this actually. This is fantastic. Maybe I should read the other ones. Maybe. The Hunter Academy. How much or how little the Academy has in the way of comfort is dependent on the city-state it belongs to. After all, its overseers are the local special command sect, and if they happen to be under a particularly stringent Major General's heel, well, tough shit, kids. All training facilities for initiates are built like a small town. However, with a large building at the center where indoor classes are provided, student housing takes up at least 1/3 of the school ground, often divided up into houses of 6 inhabitants. The other 1/3 is outdoor training grounds, and there's usually a patch of closely guarded forest for capture the flag. Well, that's interesting. I don't know, I suppose we can come back here to reference. This one has like dialogue and stuff, maybe we should read this one. Zoma. He's lost but feels at home at the same time. This place he's become so familiar with, terrifying but beautiful. His shirt sticks to his back, blood and ichor thick as it coats his skin and trickles down his spine. As the gravel crunches beneath his feet, he idly wonders how long he can keep up his glamour. None of the hunters that he passes bother to offer him a second glance, but if they saw him for what he really is, his true form. gazer. He picks up his pace, sweat beading upon his brow as he pushes forward, the pain getting a little too much to bear. Flames hot beneath his skin. He's never felt the scrape of his own claws before, and he suddenly feels sorry for any foe he's cut down. The sting that lingers in their wake is unforgiving. The scent of magic is thick as he rounds the corner, the soft blue of the mage light lantern that glimmers in the glowing darkness calling out to him like a beacon. He grips the cool metal handle and pushes inside, the scent of something sweet welcoming him. Oh, hello there. He looks around and finds a human waiting patiently, a witch by the smell of him, one with kind eyes. Omen frowns, not quite able to find the words he needs, his eyes watering from the incessant sting that continues to worsen. He winces as he moves his arm carefully, not wanting to startle the human. "You're injured." The words he hears are foreign, and he can't bear it anymore. Needs relief, a potion, anything to stop this searing pain. He twists, clawing at his shirt and revealing the damage, hoping the human can understand what he needs. The human is cautious as he steps forward, a faint glow kissing the tips of his long fingers. Omen tenses. Injured. Hurt. Heal. No. Ray! No! The human blinks, withdrawing his touch. He pauses, shaking his head, hushing him, and the noise is soothing. "Stop panicking. I'm trying to help you. Yachts. No, that's not it." He huffs, brow furrowed, but then he smiles. "Ah, Yos. Calm." Omen nods and takes a breath, and he lets the human look. "The symbol, well, shit. You don't need healing at all, do you?" Omen closes his eyes, drops his head in shame, sensing the human's apprehension. Before he can change his mind and flee, the human is muttering to himself, gathering supplies from various shelves and cubbyholes. He carefully peels Omen's shirt the rest of the way off, guiding him to sit on a rickety old chair. He places a hand upon his shoulder, meeting his gaze with startling green eyes. "I'm going to clean this, okay? Sod." Omen smiles, nods, the sound of his language more comforting than this human could ever know. "You did this to yourself, didn't you?" Omen understands this and nods again, flinching as Ezra presses a warm, wet cloth to his wounds. Yes. My name is Ezra. What's yours?" Omen bites his bottom lip, looking over his shoulder, Ezra's hands working quickly to clean his wound. "Omen." Ezra smiles, wrapping cloth over the cuts. "That's a nice name." He helps Omen back into his shirt, and with a click of his fingers, it's clean, free from any traces of ghastly black blood. He disappears for a second, returning with a small glass cup filled with a thick green liquid. The smell is pungent, but strangely appetizing. This will help with the pain. Omen takes the cup, curling clawed fingers around the delicate glass, and he drinks greedily, nose crinkling at the rancid taste, earning a laugh from Ezra. He feels infinitely better the second he's finished. "Thank you." Ezra smiles, taking the cup from him. "Would you like to stay here tonight? It's safe. Solma." Omen can't help but feel touched by this offer, and before he's even said yes, Ezra is rushing off, returning with a pile of blankets. Here, Solma. Oh, that's such a beautiful story. I'm so glad that we get to see that. No, I should definitely read these, but maybe not tonight. Oh, wait, there's more. James Lane, Destiny Rape. Oh, yeah, no. No, yeah. No, this is a lot. Definitely. We're definitely gonna look at this more, though. That's fantastic. And it has me thinking his sister, right? He was cleaning blood off her hand, but it must be something to do with, like, what they have to do to escape, from hell, I mean. Let's take a look at that. Oh my god, wait, they have, like, pictures of them all together. Oh my god. We have a few of Piper now. Yeah, this is when we first met. This is after we spoke with August when she got the Chimera mission. Yeah, in the forest, after the murder, after the fireworks. Oh, that scene was beautiful. And this one... Oh my god. She's so pretty. Okay. Okay. Alright. Well, thank you all for joining me tonight. This was a lot of fun. Yeah, this will be another one of those like once a week kind of games. I'm adding it to the roster. We're gonna finish it, and it's gonna be fantastic, and you're gonna like it, and you don't have a choice, so get used to it. Alright, good night everyone. Until next time.